Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I'm Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Tier 1 Cards and Games, where I will be fighting an 1850-point battle between my Dark Angels and Colin's Demons of Nurgle. I always want to say Durgles. So the story that we've got going on here is that this is an Imperial planet that had a cult of chaos uprising in within their cities, and the PDF was handling as best they could and called for assistance, but the Imperium had other things to deal with as opposed to just a single cult uprising. So, but the cult got its stuff together and eventually caused an entire, a full-fledged demonic incursion to occur here. So when the demons started pouring out of the warp, that's when the Imperium decided we better do something about it. So the closest force around that could go handle it to keep it from growing any bigger was a Dark Angels force. So they sent in the heavy power to try to go take it out. So that's the story that we've got going on here. We're going to be doing the ITC Mission 1, Emperor's Will, modified Emperor's Will. So we will come back to you after showing you the two armies and psychic powers that are going to be battling out today. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a combined arms detachment, a Ravenwing Strike Force, and an Assassin. So for the combined arms detachment, we have a level 2 Librarian. We have a 5-man tactical squad with a melt-a-gun and a Razorback as a dedicated transport. We have a second 5-man tactical squad with a melt-a-gun and a Razorback as a dedicated transport. We have a mortis pattern dreadnought with 2 twin-link las cannons. We have a dreadnought with an assault cannon and a heavy flamer with a drop pod as a dedicated transport. We have a command squad with 3 flamers, a plasma gun, and a drop pod as a dedicated transport. We have a whirlwind. We have a 3-tank predator squadron with twin-link las cannons and las cannon sponsons. Then we have, for the Ravenwing Strike Force, we have a level 2 librarian on a bike with the Shroud of Heroes. We have a 5-man Ravenwing Black Knight squad. We have a Dark Shroud. And last but not least, we have a Vindicare Assassin. So for the demons, he'll be running a Daemonic Incursion. So leading off here with the core choice, we have a Taliband with a Herald of Nurgle. So he has D6 lesser demonic rewards, greater locus of fecundity, and he's a level 1 psyker, and he has the Doomsday Bell. We have a 10-man Plague Bearer squad. We have 6 units of 3 Nurgling bases each. Then for the Rot Swarm, we have a Herald of Nurgle with D6 Exalted Demonic Rewards, the Greater Locus of Fecundity, and he's a level 2 Psyker, and 6 Beasts of Nurgle, and a squad of 5 Plague Drones, and one has been upgraded to the Plague Bringer. And last but not least, we have 2 Flying Demon Princes with D6 Greater Demonic Rewards, Demonic Flight, and they're both Mastery level 3. So for the Dark Angel Psychic Powers, my Librarian on foot rolled on Librarius. So he has the Emperor's Wrath as the Primaris, then rolled and got Fury of the Ancients and Psychic Fortress. And then my Librarian on a bike rolled on Interromancy, so he has Mindworm, Seed of Fear, and Trephination. So for the demons here, Psychic Powers, from the left to right, we have the Sword Prince there. He has Endurance, Warp Speed, Psychic Shriek, and Stream of Corruption. Then the Claw Prince there has Life Leech, Warp Speed, Psychic Shriek, and Stream of Corruption. Then the guy with the bell there, he has Debilitating Distension and Stream of Corruption. And then the guy with the scythe there has Endurance, Debilitating Distension, and Stream of Corruption. Alright, so those are the 2 armies and psychic powers that we're going to go over today. Let's go over deployment. We've got a Razorback here with the 5-man tactical squad inside of it. We've got my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought over here. We've got my Predator Tank Squadron over here. We've got all of the Ravenwing over on this side over here. The Whirlwind is behind them over there. And over here we have the other 5-man tactical squad inside of their Razorback with the Psyker inside of it there. Everything else is in reserves. So going over here for the demon deployment, he's got all of his, or all? Not all, no. A bunch of his Beasts of Nurgle over here with one of his princes back there. So the prince is hiding back there along with another beast over here. We've got some Nurglings, we got some more Nurglings, we got the Plague Bearers, and back in over here We've got some more Nurglings and the plague drones, and the heralds are in those 2 squads there. And he's got a couple that are going to be outflanking over here. So that's what we've got going on. His Emperor's Will objective is back in here. My Emperor's Will objective is actually underneath my Dreadnought over here. We've got Maelstrom Objective 1, Maelstrom Objective 2, and that's what we've got going on right now. So, before we go any further, oh, and forgot, my Vindicare Assassin, he was hiding so well, I couldn't even see him myself. He's back over here. So, that's the story that we've got going on here. So, before we go any further, right now, as of right now, the Dark Angels will be going first, unless Colin can seize the initiative on a 6. Oh, and he does. That is awful! That is super awful! Okay. Anyway, so we will come back to you with the objectives rolled for demons here on turn 1. Alright, so he rolled and took destroy an enemy unit and have a scoring unit at least partially within 12 inches of my table edge. Alright, we'll come back to you after movement phase for the demons here on turn 1. Alright, movement phase here for the demons. He's shot up this way. These guys just kind of shuffled around over this way. These guys also shuffled around. He jumped into the air, is flying over this way. These guys shuffled around there and control that objective there. That's going to be marking, it's not an actual horror that came up there, it's just marking that it's been corrupted, which means that because of the formation that he's in, any of these guys, when they control an objective, it's basically held by them even if they leave the area until I can come and claim and cleanse it, basically. These guys shuffled around a bit. These guys are moving up. These guys are moving up, and he's flying, going off that way. And he's just still back over his way. So that's it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, moving on to the psychic phase here. My opponent rolled a 2, leaving me with 6 dice, leaving him with 11 dice. So his prince there is going to try to cast Endurance on himself, needing 1 or 2? 2. Needing 2, getting 2. All right, I'm going to try to make that go away, whatever words are not going in my head here. So, needing 2 fill faces. Not getting any fill faces. Cool. Okay, so that goes off. So he has Endurance.
Herald's going to cast Endurance on
the Herald is going to cast Endurance on the plague drones over there. And that goes off with a perils. Roll for the effect of the perils. 4, so he's going to be taking a wound, but he's got feel no pain. Nope. No, so he takes a wound. Okay. And his Claw Branch is going to cast Warp Speed, and it goes off with 2, but not a perils. All right, so that's it for the psychic phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 1. All right, starting off the shooting phase with the Warp Storm table. He gets to add 1 or -1 from the effects, so that's 5. So we'll come back to you with the effects of that one. All right, he chose Rot, Glorious Rot, but we rolled and nothing, actually rolled a 6. So, womp womp. All right, that's it for the shooting phase, and nobody's within range of assault, and you can't actually run because everything is slow and purposeful. So we'll come back to you with the objectives rolled for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, so I rolled and got 3 and 4, so I have a scoring unit partially within 12 inches of his deployment edge, and destroy an enemy unit. So we will come back to you after movement phase for Dark Angels on turn 1. All right. Movement phase here for the Dark Angels on turn 1. These guys all stood still. These guys pivoted a bit. He pivoted where he was, so he didn't move, so he's got Skyfire. These guys moved up 6 and then disembarked over here. These guys shot up over this way. These guys moved up 6, disembarked over here. And these guys over here dropped down over here, disembarked over here, looking onto these guys. So that's it for the movement phase. Moving on to the psychic phase, I rolled a 1, leaving me with 5 dice, leaving my opponent with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Trephination from him onto that beast of Nurgle over there. So, needing 2, it goes off with 2, no perils. Can you get 2 6s? Please don't do it. Oh, that's ridiculous. All right, so that didn't go off. Okay, sounds good. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, these guys are going to fire into his flying demon prince over there. He is not going to jink. So I've got 9 shots here. The black ones are the twin-linked ones, so they're all las cannons. So they're going to be hitting on 6s since he's flying. All right, got 1, 2 so far. All right, these are twin linked. Got another 1, so I got 3 hits, wounding on 2s. Okay, I got 2 wounds.
Monster Hunter.
With Monster Hunter. Thank you very much for reminding me. With Monster Hunter. Yeah, that works. So 3 wounds. All right, so 3 4-ups because he's got shrouding, and he takes 1 wound.
Feel no pain?
Oh, with a feel no pain? Nope. So he takes it. So he takes 1 wound. All right. Woo! All right, now moving on here, my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought's going to fire into his other Demon Prince, who is going to Jink. So I got 2 shots with Skyfire, so hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of Twin Linked. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 2s, 2 wounds, 2 2-ups, and he's good. All right, moving over, these guys are going to fire into his Beast of Nurgle over here. So we've got 5 rapid firing plasma talents, which are the greens. Black is going to be the bolter from the librarian there. So hitting on 3s, twin linked. All right. So I got 3 misses. Twin linked. All right, still another miss, but not a gets hot. So he's toughness 5. So greens are going to be wounding on 2s. Blacks are going to be wounding on 5s. Okay. Boop. Boop. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wounds there. You're going to go to ground. So he's going to go to ground, which makes it a 2+ cover save. And he takes 1 wound. All right. All right, Heavy Bolter is going to fire into him over there. So we got 3 shots, hitting on 3s. Twin linked. That's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. Got 1 wound, 2 up. He takes it. He's good. Doesn't take it. Doesn't take it. He's good. All right, these guys here are going to fire into him. So let me get that in focus. All right, so we've got 3 rapid firing bolt guns, 2 bolt pistols, and a melta-gun here, all hitting on 3s. All righty. So greens are going to be wounding on 5s. Black is going to be wounding on a 2. All righty then. So we got 2 wounds. He's toughness 5, so it doesn't make a difference. So 2 2-ups. Oh, good thing you went to ground. All right, so he is still alive. All right, Dark Shroud is going to fire into the Nurglings over here, hitting on 3s. All right, all hits. Wounding on 2s. We got 2 wounds, 2 2-ups. They're good. Heavy Bolter from here is going to fire into the Nurglings. So hitting on 3s. Oh, cocked. All right, twin linked. That's 3 hits. Wounding on 2s. Cocked. Oh, so 2 wounds, 2 2-ups. Oh, 1 takes a wound. And now these guys are going to fire into the Nurglings over there. So black is going to be the Melta. Everything else is going to be bolt gun / bolt pistol. Hitting on 3s. Okay. Really wanted that one to go. Wounding on 3s. All right, so we got 4 wounds. 4 2-ups. They are good. All right, my Whirlwind is going to fire onto his Nurgling up on there. He can't just out of sight, so it'll be a full scatter here. So what he's going to do is I'm going to use the Strength 4 AP5 Ignores Cover Blast. So looking for a direct hit. Please be a direct hit. Yeah, that's what I'd like to see. We'll come back to you with the results of that. All right, so because of the new GW FAQ, the blast is actually going through all of them here. So we're going to hit the top group there, hits 2 of them. So the way swarms work is if he has an unsaved wound, it actually counts as 2. So Strength 4, looking for 3s to wound. We got 1 wound. 1 5-up invul save. No, so they actually takes 2 wounds. Then the one below it hits all 3. So they're wounding on 3s as well. We got 3. Oh, killer! Oh, that's killer! Oh my god. And then we've got 1 of the plague drones gets hit. So toughness 4?
5.
Toughness 5, so looking for 5 to wound. Oh, hey, that's a wound. 6 up? No. Feel no pain. No. So he'll take a wound. All right. And that is that. All right. All right, so moving on over to these guys here. Each of those flamers can hit 5 guys. Oh, dang it. Oh, I dropped one. I'll pick it up. Another one over here. Hits 5 guys. So they have 15 wounds from flamers over here. So these are going to be wounding on 4s. Oh my god, look at all those 1s and 2s and 3s. That is pretty disgusting. All right, so we've got 5 invul saves here because it ignores cover. So 5 ups, and he takes 2 wounds. Feel no pain. Still takes 2 wounds. All right, so 2 of them are dead. Bwomp, bwomp. Then we've got rapid fire and plasma gun that's going to fire in here. So hitting on 3s. All right, 1 did not get hot on the other one. So wounding on a 2. That's a wound. And that's good. And then bolt pistol firing into him, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 4. That is not a wound. Okay. Stormbolt from there into these guys, hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds. 2 4-ups. Feel no pain? No, so 1 more dead. All right, so he is going to fire into these guys here. He's going to use the turbo penetrator round, which is going to do D3 wounds. So hitting on a 2, that's a hit. I'm going to actually allocate it to his bell dude bro over there. So hit wounding on a 4+ because it's sniper, and if it wounds, it does D3 wounds. That's a wound. So look out, sir. -2. So. Passes? Yes, it's still still passes because he's an independent character. So, do you want to take the invul? And he's good anyway. Wah, wah. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. We will come back to you with the assault phase here on turn 1. All right, these guys are going to charge into his beast over here. I have a 4-inch charge to make it in there. And they are in, so we'll move them in and we'll come back to you with the fight sub phase. All right, so 5 guys got into base to base with him, so that'll be 5 Hammer of Wraths, wounding on 5s. We got 1, 5 up. He's good. All right, so we'll come back to you with initiative step 4. All right, so over here, my guys are all going to go first here at initiative step 4. So I've got each of them has 3 base attacks, 2 base attacks plus 1 for extra close combat weapon. I do not get the +1 for the charge because of defensive grenades. So we've got 15 green are going to be for the Black Knights, and then the blacks there. I've got 3 attacks from the whatchamacallit, the librarian there. So everything's going to be hitting on 3s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so all of these hit. So these are going to be, the greens are going to be wounding on 4s because it's strength +1. The blacks are going to be wounding on 5s. All right.
A whole lot of nothing.
Wow, whole lot of nothing. That's very, very upsetting.
Only 5 wounds.
5 wounds. So 5 up invul saves.
Nope.
And he's dead. All right. That's first blood, but that doesn't make a difference because that's not actually one of the mission objectives here. But I did get a kill unit. I'll take it. Woo! All right, and that is it for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. We will come back to you with the objectives for demons on turn 2. All right, so he didn't get either of his objectives last turn, but he is rolled and got 4 and 5, so he's going to choose actually to kill 3 units, which will get him 3 victory points. So we will come back to you with the after movement phase for demons here on turn 2. All right, movement phase here for the demons here. These guys moved up this way. He dropped down out of flight mode, is down there. These guys are shuffling around over here looking at them. These guys stood still. He's moved up this way. He moved up this way. He moved up this way. He moved up this way. And he dropped down out of flight mode, is over there. And this guy moved up over this way. And his other Nurglings came in from outflank. 1 over on this side, and then 1 over on this side. So that is movement phase for the demons here on turn 2. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. Alrighty, so moving on to the psychic phase, my opponent rolled a 4, leaving me with 8 dice, leaving him with 13 dice. So we're going to start out with him casting Psychic Shriek into this squad over here. So it goes off with 2, needs 2. It needs 1. Need 2. I'm gonna, fudge. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. So we'll come back to you with the results of that. All right, so it's 3d6. He's minus my leadership. My leadership is usually 10, but it's -1 because of the bell of Jerkface over there. So here it goes. 3d6 minus 9. Oh, and he's good, just good. Oh, okay, breathe a sigh of relief. All right, he is going to cast Stream of Corruption onto these guys. So let's see, looking for 1? Looking for 1? Does not go off. All right. All right. He is going to cast Debilitating Distension into these guys, needing how many successes?
1.
Needing 1 success. It goes off with 1. I'm going to try to deny that. Show me Phil Face! I got Phil Face! Woo! Alright, so it does not go off. And he rolled for Warp Speed on the Claw Prince, but it did not go off. So that is it for the Psychic phase. We will come back to you with the Shooting phase here on turn 2. Alright, starting off the Psychic phase, we've got the Warp Storm table here. So that is a 10, so we'll come back to you with the results of that. Alright, so he actually chose number 11 because he added +1 to that because of his formation. What that is my randomly one of my librarians is going to possibly turn into a spawn, which would into a herald, which is still not great. Either which one is not great. So what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the randomness. Oh, okay, so it is going to be my warlord, which is not great. So here we go, 3d6, oh I take it, I have to do a 3d6 leadership test.
On 9.
On 9 because it's -1. I checked for stubborn before you yell at me. It's not, I never reduce my leadership, it's only that I don't take negative modifiers for morale and pinning tests. And fearless also doesn't affect this. So, here we go, looking for less than 9. I don't want to turn into a dang herald. No, he's a dang herald. Alright. So that is Slay the Warlord. And there he is. Womp womp. Alright, so moving on in the shooting phase, he is going to fire a snap fire into him over here. Hellfire Gaze does not hit. Okay. And that's the end of the shooting phase here for demons on turn 2. So we will come back to you with the assault phase on turn 2. Alright, so starting out the assault phase here, these guys are going to charge into them. So his herald there actually directed these guys and passed his leadership test, which makes it a gives them +3 attacks, and they get to re-roll their charge distance. So these guys are going to fire Overwatch into them though. So we've got 10 twin-linked plasma talon shots coming into them. It's going to be hitting on 5s or 6s because of Grim Resolve. So here we go. Twin-linked. I got actually 5 so far. That's pretty good. I'll take that. Heck yeah. And twin linked. Alright, got another 2, but I did get 1 gets hot on the 3 up. He's good. Alright, so these are all wounding on 2s. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. 6 5-ups. Oh, 3-ups. 3-ups because of Grimoire. Oh my god, everything made it. Gross. Alright, so then you want to roll your charge distance over there? That will hit them in. Alright, so we will move them in and keep moving on. Alright, then over here, these guys are going to charge into them. Because they are part of the Taliban, I don't get to fire Overwatch, so they are in. Alright. Alright, he is going to charge into these guys. He needs 7 inches. And he is in. Alright. And this guy is going to charge into here. Do you want to, that's going to be, it should be in, I think. Right, 6 inches? Yeah, that'll get him in. Because they ignore terrain because the beasts. Then this guy over here, into there. 5 is probably going to be a good. Yeah, that'll get him in. Boop. Alright, and then this guy over here, into them. 9 inches, that should be enough. Yeah, that'll get him in. Alright. And that is all the charges, so we'll come back to you with the fight sub phase. Alright, so moving over to this one first, we've got 2 hammer rats at poison 4+, so we've got 1 wound, 1 3-up armor save. Of course he does. Of course he does. Alright, initiative step 4, my guys are going to go first over here. So, I declared a challenge against his Plague Bringer. So, I've got the 3 attacks, it's 2 base plus 1 for extra close combat weapon. So, hitting on 3s. Okay, there goes any hope of me killing him. Alright, there was a chance until just now. So, wounding on toughness 5. So, wounding on a 4. Nope. Alright, so let's see if the other guys have any better luck against any of the other Dubros. So, they're going to be, there's 3 guys left over there. They're all going to be hitting on 3s. One's cocked. Okay, that's, there was no chance. That is ugly as hail. So, we got 4 hits. Wounding on 4s. We got 3 wounds, 3-up invul saves because he passed his grimoire. Okay, that's just unfair. Alright, so we'll come back to you with his attacks. Alright, so we're going to go over here with the Plague Bringer first. So he's got 7 attacks on the charge, hitting on 4s. Okay.
When you on poison 3,
Poison 3 up, AP 2.
saying there's a chance.
Hey, one guy dead. All right, I'll take that.
That was the champion, so...
The champion.
Okay, yeah.
Plague bringer, right? Yeah, this is the guy in the challenge. Yep, yeah, we're good. We're good. We'll come back to you with the rest of the guys. So 3 guys get to attack in. So there's 18 attacks coming in here. Hitting on 4s. All right, we'll figure this one out and come back to you. And then wounding on 3s, strength 6.
Or poison 3.
Poison 3 up, I'm sorry. So that is 6 wounds. 4, 5, 6. So 6 3-ups. Let's roll 3-ups like he can roll 3-ups. Yeah! Woo! There we go. All right. So I lost combat by 2, but I am stubborn. So I've got my full leadership of 9 here. And they are going to stay, but I am going to hit and run with them. All right, so moving over here, initiative step 5, his herald is going to go first. So hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 3s, AP 2. All right, so 2 guys are dead. All right, then initiative step 4, my guys are going to go. So they've all got 2 base, and the one guy there has an extra close combat weapon. So we've got 7 attacks coming in here. Hitting on, what's your weapon skill majority?
You're hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Toughness 4, so wounding on 4s. We got 3 wounds. 3 4-ups. 3 5-ups, sorry. So 2 make it. Feel no pain. Yeah, so 1 guy is dead. Alright. And now these guys, the rest of them are going to attack back here. So we got 12 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Alrighty. So we got... Yep. Alright.
Wounding on 4.
Wounding on 4s. We got 1, 2, 3. 3 3-ups. Oh! What? What?
They don't want to...
Who? What? What? Who? What? Ugh. All right, so now he is going to attack into here. So he's got D6 plus 2. Oh, 7 attacks. So 7 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good.
6s.
The strength, what? Oh, looking for 6s to glance. Nothing. All right. All right, now these guys are going to attack in here. We're going to roll all of these. So 3d6s. Wow. Okay, so 5 plus 6, so 11 attacks total. We'll come back to you with that. And here come 11 attacks, hitting on 3s. Okay. All right, and wounding, glancing on 6s. Got 1 glance. All right, so it's still alive. All right, so that's actually it for the assault phase. So now come back here at the end of the assault phase. These guys are going to try to hit and run. I know I tried to say it before, but I got cut off because... Anyway, so looking for initiative 4 or less. Initiative test? Nope. I needed them out of there. So they are stuck in combat. Perfect. All right, so we'll come back to you with the objectives for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, so for Dark Angels, I got both of my objectives, and then I rolled and got 3 and 4 again. So we will come back to you after movement phase for Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, movement phase here for the Dark Angels. This guy shuffled back out of combat over there. This guy shuffled over this way. These guys shuffled over this way. They pivoted over here. He pivoted out of combat over there. He's moved over this way to get aside of that and this way. He stood still. He stood still. He shuffled around to take a look on his former leader over there. These guys shuffled up here. They are locked in combat. And my drop pod with my dreadnought did not come in. So we will come back to you. That's it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. JK, not going to have a psychic phase because none of the powers I've got left are worth doing right now. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, these guys are going to fire into his demon prince over there. Do you want to jink? He is going to jink. So blacks are going to be twin linked. Greens are not twin linked. So hitting on 3s. Oh, gross, gross. All right, so 6 hits. Wounding on 2s, re-rolling because of Monster Hunter. Oh, thank God for Monster Hunter. All right, so we got 6 wounds over here. 6 4-up jink saves, which becomes a 2-up because of shrouding. 2-up jink saves. You gotta be kidding me. All right, yep, he's good. Wah, wah. All right, so this guy's gonna fire into his demon prince over here. He is not going to jink, so hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 2s. 2 wounds, 2 5-up invul saves, rerollable. Reroll that one. Okay, so he takes a wound. All right, he's going to fire into him. Are you still not jinking? Still not jinking. So hitting on 3s. All right, 3 hits. Strength 5, toughness 5. Looking for 4s to wound. We got 1 wound. 5 up invul save. Rerollable. He takes a wound. All right, these guys are going to fire into him. He is now going to jink. So we've got 7 bolt shots coming in, and the black is going to be the melt a shot. Hitting on 3s. All righty, so... All right, so greens are wounding on 5s. Black is wounding on a 2. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 ups. And he's good on those. All right. Now the heavy bolter from here is going to fire into the Demon Prince. Hitting on 3s. Okay, 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. 2 up jink save. Oh, I saw the 1. It wanted to be 1, but it's not a 1, so he's good. All right, he's going to fire into his Herald over there because he's a jerk face. Hitting on 3s. That's all hits. Toughness 4. Oh, toughness 5. All right, so wounding on 4s. We got 3 wounds with 3 filth faces. Woo! And he returns it with another 3 6s. Who does that? Ah! All right, so he is going to fire into his Demon Prince over here. Hitting on a 2 with the turbo penetrator rounds. That's a hit. Wounding on a 4 because of sniper. That's a wound. Ignores cover, so he's got a 5 up invul save. No, he doesn't. Feel no pain? No, so 4 up feel no pain?
Yeah.
What do you got for? Hold on. Apparently it's 4 up feel no pain, which is that's a thing that just happened. Okay. Womp womp. All right, Stormbolter from here is going to fire into those guys. So hitting on 3s, 2 hits, wounding on 4s. Got 1 wound. They are not good, and they are dead. All right, 1 guy dead. All right, my whirlwind is going to fire the big old plate on top of the middle guy in the middle there. So let's see if it hits. Oh, goes off 8 inches. We'll figure that one out. That ain't hitting anybody. So we will come back to you with the assault phase here on turn 2. All right, these guys are going to charge into these guys. Anything but, and they barely anything but they are in. So we will come back to you with the fight sub phase. All right, so that's where we ended up. So he is at initiative step 5. He consolidated in, is actually going to be able to attack over here. So he's going to be hitting on 3s. Nope, nothing there. All right, we'll come back to you with I4. He's actually I4. Didn't make a difference because womp womp. Anyway, so I actually declared a challenge with my sergeant over here. So his Herald, his Plague Bringer accepted. Because they were already engaged in combat, the defensive grenades did not go off. So on the charge, he has 1 base, plus 1 for extra close combat weapon, plus 1 for the charge. So we got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, right? Weapons, yeah, hitting on 3s. Okay. Toughness 5, so wounding on a 5. Hey, that's a wound. 5 up invul save.
3 up.
No,
Grimoire still
3.
goes.
Oh, Grimoire still goes into your deck. Oh.
Next movement phase.
Gross. All right, so he's good. It was actually a 3 up because of the Grimoire. All right, Black Knights are going to go first. The same initiative as everyone else, but we're just going to do it separately here. So they've got 2 base plus 1 for extra close combat each, hitting on 3s. All righty then. Wounding on 4s because of strength plus 1. Whoop, that is cocked. All right, technically rending, but he's not taking that anyway. So got 2. Failed 1, feel no pain, and he's good. Ooh. All right, then the rest of this squad's going to go. So we've got the greens are going to be the 4 regular guys that are 1 base plus 1 for the charge, and then the black is going to be my librarian, which is 2 base plus 1 for extra close combat weapon plus 1 for the charge. So everything's hitting on 3. Alrighty then. All right, everything's wounding on a 5. We got 2 wounds. 2 3-ups is good. All right, we'll come back to you with their attacks. And here comes the champion's attacks here, hitting on 4s. 1 hit. What? Not wound, right? Not wound. All right. So now we'll come back to you with the rest of the guys. All right. So he's going to have 2 into here and 2 into there. So we're going to go with the ones into the attack squad first. So hitting on 4s. Whoa, nothing there. And then we've got the other ones into the Black Knights hitting on 4s. Hey, there you go. Strength. What is it? Strength. Oh, poison 3 up. So we got 1, 2, 3 wounds. 3 3 up armor saves. Don't you do what you did before. Oh, one dead. All right. All right, so that's the end of the combat phase over here. So, I lost by 1 because of that one guy that died there. These guys are fine because they're with a fearless dude bro. These guys over here lost by 1, but they've got stubborn. So they're going to be rolling on a 9. And they are failed. So, can you sweep? You can't sweep and advance me, so they are just going to fall back. 36, 11, 12 inches. So I'll move them back, and then we'll come back to you with the objectives for the demons on turn 3. All right, so he did not kill 3 units this last turn, so he did not get that. Then he rolled and got 1 and 5, so hold objective 1 and destroy an enemy unit. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for demons here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the demons. These guys moved around over this way. He jumped over this way, still on the ground. He jumped up over this way, still on the ground. These guys didn't really move over this way. These guys are locked in combat. He kind of shuffled around. He's not a demon. These guys over here moved up looking onto them. And these guys all kind of shuffled around or stayed where they were. So that is it for movement phase for the demons here on turn 3. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so moving on to the psychic phase here. My opponent rolled a 5, leaving me with 7, leaving him with 14 dice. So he is going to cast endurance on it? Oh, warp speed onto himself here. Going off with 2. I'm going to try to deny that. Oh, yeah, there it goes. I don't even have to re-roll this one. Woo! And now he's going to cast warp speed onto himself. And it goes off with 2. Okay. He is going to cast endurance onto his squad. It does not go off, right?
It goes off on 2.
Oh, no, that was 1.
Yeah, it only goes off on 2.
It only goes off. Okay. Yeah. That does not go. We totally got confused there, but it does not go off. Okay. And now he is going to cast endurance on himself. Goes off with a 2. Okay. And that is it for the psychic phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase for demons on turn 3. Warp storm table. 9.
Going up to 10.
Going up to 10, which is what?
+1 invuln for all.
+1 invuln to everyone, because that's totally what they needed. All right, so he is going to Snapfire Eternal. What is it?
Hellfire.
Hellfire Gaze into here, hitting on a 6. No, it does not. And is that it for the shooting phase? Yep. And that is it for the shooting phase. So we will come back to you with the assault phase here on turn 3. All right, so over here we're going to start with the assault. These guys are going to assault into them. So fire and Overwatch here. Got twin linked rapid fire plasma talons hitting on 5s and 6s. Okay, 1 so far. Twin linked. Got 2. And this is gets hot here. 3+. Nope, 1 is dead. Like a big old jerkus. But wounded on 2s. Got 2 wounds. 2 4-up invul saves. Yep. Right? And they are good. Of course they are. Blah, blah. And they're charged. They are in. So they will move into combat there. Alright, they're going to go into the drop pod. Anything but they are in. Okay. Alright, he is going to charge into them. Looking for an 8-inch charge. Oh, just failed. He's going to charge in. He's in. Alright, and he's going to charge into here, looking for a 3-inch charge. Double ones! No, he's in. Alright, I think we still got some more charges. He is going to charge into here, and he's in. He is going to charge into here.
I like this one.
And he's in. And he is going to charge into here. And he's in. Alright, so we will move them in, and I think that's it for the charges, right? Yep, that's it for the charges. So we'll move them in and come back to you with the fight sub phase. Alright, so we're going to start over here. So we got 3d6. Oh, wow, 10, 11, so 13 total? Oh, no, 14 total, because it's +1 for their base attack. So, we'll come back to you with that. All right, 14 attacks coming in here, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. So, we got a couple fails there. All right, and he's going to be glancing on 6s. If we see 2 6s, he is dead in the water. We have 1, so he's still alive! Alright, so we're going to start over here with the Prince hitting on 3s. Alright, got 2 hits. Strength what?
6 armor bane.
Strength 6 armor bane. So we'll do 2 at a time. So looking for 4 at a glance, that's a pen. And that is also a pen. So those are AP 2, right? Yep. So +1 to the results. No 6s. So we got weapon destroyed and snap firing there. All right. And now the worm's going to go into it. D6. Oh my God. What? That was crazy. Oh, 6. Of course it does. All right. So he's going to have 8 attacks because he charged. That's right. So hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. Flomping against the side there, looking for 6s. We got 2 6s, so it is dead, and then he gets a glance onto him. All right, so moving over here. My guy's gonna go first, so he's got 2 base attacks plus 1 for extra close combat weapon, hitting on 3s. Alrighty, wounding on 2s. Got 1 wound. 1 4 up. No, so he takes a wound. Not that it really matters. So now 15 attacks back over here, which is totally gross.
Damn, we found it again.
So here we go. 15 attacks, hitting on 4s. Alrighty. Okay.
6s.
And looking for 6s to wound. That one's cocked over there. Alright, so you got 1. 1 3 up armor save. He's good with a filth phase. Woo! Alright, this guy here is going to charge into here. And he is in, so we'll move him in. Alright, the Herald here is going to attack with 3 attacks hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits. Strength what?
Strength 5.
Strength 5, so 5's to glance, 6 is pen. We got 1 glance. Okay. Alright, so then going over here, his Herald's going to go at I4, same time as my guys. Hitting on 4s.
2 hits.
2 hits. Strength what? Looking for 4s. Got 1.
Poison. So reroll.
Oh, poison reroll.
2 wounds.
So you got 2 wounds. 2 wounds. 2 3 up armor saves. They're good. All right, so now moving on to my guys over here at I4. My sergeant's gonna go first since he's in the challenge. So I got 2 attacks, 1 base plus 1 for extra close combat weapon. Hitting on 3s. Okay, wounding on a 5. That's a wound.
2 up.
Do 2 up. Oh wow. And now the rest of the unit is going to attack into there. So blacks are going to be the librarian, 2 base plus 1 for extra close combat weapon. The 4 are going to be the 4 regular guys there. Hitting on 3s. Okay. Wounding on 5s. We got 1 wound. 1 2 up in full save because he has Grimoire plus the Warp Storm. Oh, and he's good. All right, champion first into the challenge, hitting on 4s. Oh, gross. Wounding on 3s. AP2. 1 2 3 4 5. So everyone, well, not everyone. Librarian's still alive. So you're saying there's a chance. All right, the other guys can't swing back because it was the same initiative step. So wow, they're not fearless, so we were just locked in. So we'll call him in. All right, I'll take that. I will. It's not great, but it could be worse. So yeah, we'll pile them in. And I think that might be. Oh no, we got 1 more fight. All right, now these guys are going to attack in. We've got 13 attacks into the drop pod. They're auto hits, so we're just looking for 6s to glance.
Sorry, bro.
No problem, no worries. 13, looking for 6s to auto glance. We got 1 2 3. Oh, there's only 3. Oh, there's 4. There's 4. Whatever. It's dead. Womp womp. All right, so that is the end of the fight sub phase here. So we will come back to you with my hit and run. All right, he's going to try to hit and run over here. So, yeah, he is. So he's going to go 3 this direction. Or this direction. So we will move him, and then we'll come back to you with the objectives for Dark Angels here on turn 3. All right, so Dark Angels did not get either of their objectives there. So then I rolled and I took 2 and 4. So hold objective 2 and destroy an enemy unit. So we will come back to you with after movement phase for Dark Angels here on turn 3. All right, movement phase here for the Dark Angels. This guy moved out of priest to them, looking over this way. He shuffled over in there. These guys stood where they were, facing off against this guy. These guys moved 6 inches up this way. He's kind of shuffled around over looking on here. He stood still. He jumped up over this way. He stood still. He jumped back over there, passed his dangerous terrain test. Looking up here, he is locked in combat, and in came my Dreadnought with my drop pod right there. Really close with the scatter going back, but he made it. So that's all that matters. So that is it for the movement phase, and he is locked in combat, and I don't really have anything that I can use. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 3. All right, these guys here are going to fire into his Demon Prince there. He is going to jink. So the greens are going to be non-twin linked. Black is going to be twin linked. Hitting on 3s. All righty. Wounding on 2s, not re-rolling because he killed 1, so therefore they are no longer Monster Hunter. All right, so we got 4 wounds. 4, is it 2 up jink saves? Yes. He's good. All right, so he is going to fire into this guy here. Twin linked, rapid fire and plasma talons hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. 1 wound. 2 up, he is good. All right, my Mortis Pattern Dreadnought is going to fire into this guy here. He is going to jink, so hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 2s. Got 2 wounds, 2 up jink saves. He's good. All right, Heavy Bolter into him, hitting on 3s. Twin linked. Cocked. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 4s. Got 1 wound, 2 up. He's good. Heavy Bolter from him into him, hitting on 3s. All right, 3 hits, wounding on 4s. Got 1 wound, 2 up. Oh, he's good. He's gonna fire into him, hitting on 3s. Whoop. 3 hits, wounding on toughness 5. So wounding on 4s. Oh, nothing. Womp womp. All right, so he is going to fire into the squad on the ground there. So we're going to use the heavy flamer first. So he's got 3 hits there. So strength 5, wounding on 2s, ignores cover. That's 3 wounds, 3 5 ups.
4 ups, warp storm.
Oh, 4 ups because of warp storm. So 2 wounds because it's doubled because of the template onto a swarm. And now the assault cannon is going to fire into them, hitting on 3s. All right, 3 hits, wounding on 2s. That's 2 wounds. So, yep, 1 at a time. Oh, he's dead. And the other one's good. So 1 base is dead. Stormbolter from here into the guys on top here, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. Nothing. All right, he is going to fire into him with the turbo penetrator round. So, hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Wounding on a 4. No, nothing. Bwah, bwah. All right, he is going to fire onto these guys over here. So I'm going to put it based right on top there. So, see if it hits. Moves over 4 inches because it full scatter because I couldn't quite see the guy. So we'll figure this one out. All right, it actually hits 1 in each there. So we're going to go the one on top there. Strength 4, AP 5, ignores cover. So looking for a 3. That's a wound. 4 up, invul, he's good. And then the one below it. That's a wound, and he's good. All right, so that is it for my my shooting phase here. So we're gonna come to the assault phase. No one's actually going to charge, so we're just gonna move them in, and we're gonna go back here at initiative step 4. So his herald is gonna go, hitting on weapons. What's your weapon skill?
3 or 5.
5. Same with mine. So hitting on 4s. That's a wound. 3 up, armor save. He's good. And then my guy's going to attack back, hitting on 3. All right, wounding on a 5. Nothing. All right, we'll come back to you with their attacks. So the Plague Bringer is going to go first, hitting on 4s. Wounded on 3s, AP 2. Oh, he did. All right, because he's not the one with the Feel No Pain. The Shroud of Heroes was on the guy that turned into the dang dude bro over here. Womp womp. All right, so my opponent got 1 of his objectives last turn because I managed to run and not just contest, but because I'm objective secure, take away one of those objectives from him. So then he rolled and got 2 and 5. So hold objective 2 and destroy an enemy unit. So we'll come back to you with the movement phase for the demons here on turn 4. Demon movement phase. These guys are looking to get up onto him. The 2 demon princes are looking to put the hurt onto my predators over here. This guy is staying here to take out his dread enemy, the Razorback. These guys are going to sit still. These guys are surrounding that poor tactical squad there. These guys are just kind of shuffled around. These guys moved up over into here. These guys are moving up. He's right over here onto the side of my Razorback. And these guys are moving over this way, looking to take out my my Dreadnought over here. So that is it for movement phase for the demons here on turn 4. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase, with the psychic phase. All right, so moving on to the psychic phase, my opponent rolled a 4, leaving me with 4 since all my psychers are dead, and leaving him with 13. So the Claw Prince is going to put on warp speed, needing 2 or 1. Just needs 1. So he gets it off. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it go. So now the Sword Prince is going to warp speed. That does not go off. All right. And then anything else?
Yeah.
All right.
Endurance into these
He's going to cast Endurance into them. It does not go off with only 1. And then
Sword Prince will endurance.
Sword Prince is going to Endurance himself. Goes off with 2, trying to deny it. And do not get any fill faces. All right, so that is endurance. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 4. All right, warp storm table. An 11.
Turning that down to 10 for +1.
Moving it down to 10, so it makes +1 invul save for every one of his demons. All right, he is going to try to snapfire his Hellfire Gaze into here. On a 6? No, nothing there. And I think that is it for the shooting phase. So we will come back to you with the assault phase here on turn 4. All right, so Nurglings are going to charge in here first because I can't overwatch. So they will not make it with a 3. All right, Beast here is going to charge in here. So I'm going to shoot overwatch. I've got 7 bolt shots between the 3 rapid firing bolters and the bolt pistol from the sergeant, and then the black is going to be melt-a-gun. So hitting on 5s and 6s. All right, I got 2. Wounding on 3s, 4s, sorry, 5s. Eventually I got there. 5s. Nothing. All right, and then his charge distance. Yeah, he is in. All right. Now this guy's going to charge in. He is in. Now this guy's going to charge in. He is in, and this guy is going to charge in. He is also in. Alrighty. He is going to charge into the Razorback over here. He is in. Sword Prince is in. And then non-Sword Prince is in. Alright. Alright, now the Nurglings are going to charge in here. I can't fire Overwatch because of them being in the Taliban? The Taliban. So, they charge 7 inches. We're going to figure out if that goes through. Alright, so they do make it into combat. Brutal. And then the Herald into there. He's good. Ooh, it was going to be anything but I was close to a but. Alright, now these guys are going to charge into my my dude bro there. So, I'm going to use the Heavy Flamer D3 Wall of Death. 2. Strength 5, Toughness 5. Wounding on Strength 5, Toughness 5. So, we're looking at 4 4s. Got 1 wound. 5 up invul save because they had... feel no pain? No, so he takes a wound. Down to 1 on that guy, and then the assault cannon, looking for 5s and 6s. Got 2 hits. Strength 6, looking for 3s. Got 1 wound. No. No, so he is dead. I'll take that. All right, and then you want to roll their distance. Oh, and they are way in. All right, so we will move them in, and then we'll come back to you with the fight sub phase. All right, we're going to start over here. So my Dreadnought and his Herald are going to go at the same time. We're going to do his Herald attack, hitting on 3s. 4s. Oh, weapon skill 5. 3s. So I'm looking for 6s. Nothing on those. So now my guy gets to go back, hitting on 3s. All right, 3 hits. Wounding on 2s. Whoa. So 3 wounds. 3 5-up invul saves. 3 are dead. Boom. And now his lone plague drone there gets to attack in. So here comes his attacks, hitting on 4s. Oh, there's 1 in there. I don't know what that is. Reroll that one. Yeah. Nope. All right. So we've got 3 hits. Looking for 6s to glance. I got 1 glance. All right. So you lost combat by a whole lot, right? So, is it double 1s basically at this point? Because they're each 3 wounds, right? Double 1s? Nope, so 3. Oh, they get to reroll? Oh, that's even worse. So what happens then? 9. So they're just dead, right?
No, I feel no pain, so they can survive this.
Do they have feel no pain?
Yeah, for him.
Alright, so he's... Oh, so you're just going to take him on him first?
Well, no, he gives you feel no pain. So
Alright, hold on a second. Alright, so we got 8 wounds here. Coming in here. So if he passes on a different one, so we're going to do onto him. Feel no pains. So 2 wounds. 1 more. Oh, he's good. And he's dead. And then he passes on a 4 plus feel no pain. And he's dead because he had taken the wound. So that is Slay the Warlord. Woo! Alright, this Herald over here is going to attack. Hitting on 3s. We got 2 hits. Glancing on 5s. Nothing. Alright, so moving over here, my guys go first. So these 3 guys are going to go against that one there. So, 1 base each, plus 1 for extra close combat weapon for the sergeant. Hitting on 3s. Cocked. Nope. Wounding on 5s. Cocked. Got 2 wounds. They're good. Then we'll do that guy up there. Hit. No wound. This guy. That's a hit. That is not a wound. All right, we'll come back to you with their attacks. All right, we got 4 in base there, so 4d6. Oh, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 attacks, plus 2 for each, so, wow, 14, 22 attacks coming in.
Yep.
Brutal. All right, here come 22 attacks, hitting on 4s. All right, we'll figure this out and come back to you. 17 misses, that's crazy. So strength 5? Is it strength 5 or 4?
Strength 4.
Strength 4, so we got 3 wounds. 3 up armor saves. They make them all! Woo! And then over here, he's got D6. He rolls a 5, so he's got 7 attacks that are going to be coming on to my Razorback over here, hitting on 3s. All right.
Stop being filthy.
So yeah, stop rolling like me, man. Looking for 6s.
Finally.
Oh, and he gets it, and he finally takes down his dread enemy over here. Bah, bah. All right, so moving over to here, we're going to start with the sword prince. So hitting on 3s. All right, 4 hits. These are armor bane, right?
Yep.
So we got 4 hits. So first one, strength, what is it?
Strength 6.
Strength 6, so looking for force to glance. That is a glance. That is a pen. That is a pen. And that is a pen. So do you want to roll the 3 pens? Do you want to take the glance first? So then one at a time, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so take the glance first. So he's down to 1, so then one at a time. Does explode. So plus AP 2, so it does. Wow, so that's really far away. So we'll come back and figure that one out. All right, so the explosion is going to hit both of those guys. So we'll do the sword prince first on a 5. Nope. And the claw prince. No. Okay. So moving on to the next one. Nope. And then the next one. Does not explode. Immobilized though, which is brutal because now his claw prince gets to just whack on him. Alrighty then. Alright, now the claw prince is going to attack in 9 attacks.
All auto hits.
All auto hits, so looking for strength 6, so force to glance. So we got, yeah, he's dead. He's got 2 pens though. Let's see if those explode because it's AP 2. No. It does not explode, so it is just a wreck. But that is guaranteed to be a big game hunter because that's the biggest point unit that I have on my entire game. Alright, now we're going over here to this fight over here. So, my Vindicare Assassin is going to go first at initiative 7. So, he's got 4 attacks base, plus 1 for extra close combat weapon. Weapon skill 8, so he's going to be hitting on 3s. Okay, 1s will not hit. Strength 4, so wounding on 3s. Got 1 wound. And he's good. That's brutal. I needed him to fail that. So now he's got all of the other guys going in here. So here come all of his attacks. Hitting on 5s because of my weapon skill being high. What's his strength? 2 5s will wound because it's strength 3, right? So 2 4-up saves. Okay, he makes 1, takes 1 wound. So he's down to 2 wounds and he's fearless. So they will just be stuck in combat, which is awful. Alright, and that is it for the demon's turn here on turn 4. So we'll come back to you with the objectives for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. Alright, so I got both of my objectives, holding objective 2 and destroying an enemy unit. And then I rolled and got 3 and 5. So have a scoring unit within 12 inches of a deployment edge and destroy an enemy unit. So we will come back to you after movement phase for Dark Angels here on turn 4. Alright, movement phase. He is locked in combat. He stood still. He stood still. He shot around this way. He shuffled around so he doesn't have skyfire. They are locked in combat. He is dead. He backed out, did not pass his dangerous terrain test. And then he shuffled over in this way, looking at these guys. So, that is it for the movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 4. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. Alright, he is going to fire into him. He is not going to jink. So, 2 shots here, hitting on 3s. Alright, twin linked. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. Got 2 wounds. 2 4-up invul saves. Oh, he takes both, but he has 4-up feel of pain. Takes both. Alright. Alright, he is going to fire into him, and now he's going to jink. So, 3 shots, hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Got 1 wound. 2-up jink save. Oh, good. He's going to fire into him. Hitting on 3s. Twin linked. That's 3 hits. Strength 5, toughness 5. Looking for 4s to wound. We got 1 wound. 3 is not good. What is he?
In crater, so yeah.
6, 5. Oh, they've got stealth and shrouding, right? Oh no. Yep. So he takes a wound. Okay. All right. He's gonna fire into this guy over here. So he is going to jink. So we got 2 shots hitting on 3s, 2 hits, wounding on 2s. Got 2 wounds, 2 up jink saves. He's good. All right, he's gonna fire into the guys on the bottom there. So I got the flamer hits both of them. So strength 5, wounding on 2s. Okay, 1 wound. Nope, that goes through. So he takes 2 wounds on the front guy there. Now the assault cannon is gonna fire in there. 4 shots hitting on 3s. I got 3 hits, wounding on 2s. That is 3 wounds. 4 is good. 4 is good. 2 is not good, so he is dead. All right. All right, he's gonna fire right on top of the middle guy over there. So, see if he hits. Direct hit, so that's gonna hit all 3 of them down there. All right, strength 4, AP 5, wounding on 3s. We got 3 wounds. Makes 2 of the invul saves, so the closest guy there takes 2 wounds because of the doubling out, the double wounds from the template, from blasts and templates. All right, Stormbolt is going to fire into the guys on top there, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. Got 2 wounds. They're good. All right, moving on to the assault phase because that's the end of the shooting phase. He is going to charge into this guy over here. So, hitting, needing, I think, probably 4-inch charge there. Oh, 4 inches. Let's take a look. Probably figured that out. He did make it in. All right. All right, so we're going to go over to this one first. So, I've got 4 attacks base plus 1 for the charge. Oh, I don't get defensive grenades. Sorry, forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. So, 4 attacks here, hitting on 3s. All right, 3 wounds. Wounding on 2s. Boop, so that's 3 wounds. And he did, all right. All right, moving over here to this combat. My guy's gonna go first. He's got 5 attacks, 4 base, plus 1 for extra close combat weapon, hitting on 3s. All right, 4 hits. Wounding on strength 4, so wounding on 3s. I got 3 wounds, 3 and 2 wounds they take, so all right. So now they will be able to attack back. We'll come back to you with those. All right, and here comes his attacks. Hitting on 5s, wounding on strength, looking for 6s, right? Strength 3? Oh no, it's looking for 5s. So 1 wound, 1 4-up invul save. He's good with a filth phase. Woo! And now the demonic by 2, so they take 2 wounds. So does it have to go to the guy with the least wounds, right? Because the swarm rule says it has to go. Hold on, we're gonna figure this out. All right, so we're gonna move over to here. So I got 3 guys into that 1 beast over there, hitting on 3s. All right, 4 hits, wounding on 5s. We got 4 wounds, 4 5-ups, 4 4-ups. Oh, and he is dead. Oh, that's killer. All right, and then we're gonna go over to this one. This one first, hitting on a 3, wounding on a 5. That's a wound. Oh, it takes a wound. And then the other guy does not hit. All right, so we'll come back to you with their attacks. So he rolled for the 3d6, and he gets 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll have 10 attacks coming back. We'll come back to you with those. 10 attacks, hitting on 4s. Alrighty. Wounding strength 5.
Poison 4.
Oh, poison 4 up. So we got 2 wounds. 2 3-up armor saves. 1 is dead. All right. All right. So here come the demonic instability because he lost by 4. So the yellow one re-rolling. Lost by 4, so 7 becomes the 3. So he is dead. And then we'll go on to this one over here. Re-roll. So he is also dead. And then this guy over here is good, right?
Yep.
4. Yeah, he'll be good. All right. So they are there. We will consolidate them into combat. And that is the end of the Dark Angels turn 4 here. We'll come back to you with the objectives for the demons here on turn 5. All right, so my opponent got 1 of his objectives there and then rolled and got 2 and 5 again. So we will come back to you after movement phase here for demons on turn 5. All right, so movement phase here for the demons. These guys stood still, or because they're locked in combat. He is over here. So he's just 1 inch away. These guys are coming over this way. He split off from him going over this way. These guys shuffled around over this way. These guy flew over, or not flew, he just jumped over this way. And this guy coming over this way. He ran over this way. And these guys moved up this way. So that is it for movement phase for the demons here on turn 5. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so moving on to this psychic phase, my opponent rolled a 6, leaving me with 6 dice, leaving him with 13 dice? 13 dice. So he's going to try to cast Endurance on himself. It goes off with 4. I'm going to let that go, but he perils. It's a 2, so what does that do? So leadership test, he's good on the leadership test. We'll figure out what happened. All right, we didn't actually have to roll a leadership test, our bad. But so he's got a feel no pain though because it went off. Nope, so he takes a wound, and then he forgets one of his powers. So 1 through 4, 5, 6 reroll. So 2.
Warp speed.
Warp speed, all right. Now the Claw Prince is going to cast Endurance on himself. It goes off with 2. I'm going to try to deny that. Get 2 fill faces. All right, denied. Woo! And now he is going to cast Life Leech into him. It needs 1? Just needs 1, so it goes off. We'll come back to you with the results of that. All right, so it's a snapshot here. Oh, it gets 1 hit. Strength what?
That's strength 4.
Strength 4, so it's a wound.
I think it's AP.
It's AP. Well, hold on a second. Sorry, I was totally confused as to what was going on there because I forgot to pause him, but he was kind enough to let me choose, so I'm actually going to Jink on that. So he's got a 3-up Jink save. And he's good. All right. All right, that's the end of the second phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. Warpstone table. 7. We'll figure out which one this one is. All right, so he does the Dark Prince Thirst. He rolled a 6 on him, so the D6. That's 3. 3, strength 6, so looking for 6 to glance. Got 2 glances. Killer. Oh. He also got hit. D3, D6, 2. Looking for side armor 11, so 5s to glance. Nothing. And he also got hit. D6. 3. Looking for 6s. Oh, 1 glance. Killer. That is it for the shooting phase. We'll come back to you with the assault phase. All right, so moving on to the assault phase. This demon prince is going to assault into him. Do you want to jink?
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Well, he's still jinking.
Well, I think, yeah, okay. Yeah, so he's going to be jinking. So here it comes. 2 shots hitting on 6s because he's Mortis pattern, doesn't have Grim Resolve. All right, got 1 hit. Twin linked. Got 1 hit, wounding on a 2. That's a wound. 2-up jink save. Oh, feel no pain. Oh, it's a 4+ feel no pain. Oh, I thought I'd gotten him. And then his charge distance is 5 inches. We'll figure this one out. And it was just enough. He was just 2 inches away over there. Killer. And then he's going to charge in. He's in. And then this guy's also going to charge in. Yeah, just 2d6, right? Is that guy?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, and he's in. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You're fine.
All right, the Herald, anything but. And he is in. And then these guys are going to go in. 7 inches should get them in. All right, so we'll move them in, and we'll come back to you with the fight sub phase. All right, so over here, my guy's going to go first. So I've got 2 attacks, a weapon skill 9. So he is going to be hitting on 5s. Got 1, wounding on a 3. No, I really needed that. So we will come back to you with his attack. Hitting me on 3s. All right. Yeah, pretty brutal. Strength and armor bane, right?
Yeah, he's armor bane.
So he's armor bane. So strength 6. So looking for 6s. That's a glance. That's going to be it. He's done. Well, let's see. That's a pen. And that's a pen. So let's see the 2 pens. Results. No, it doesn't blow up. He is just a wreck. Well done. All right. So Hammer of Wrath from this guy is a wound because it's strength 6. So, 3-up armor save. He's good. All right, now we'll come back to you with the attacks. All right, here comes the Demon Prince. Initiative 9, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 2s. Hey, they all dead. That's all 5 of them. Boop, boop. All right, over here, the Herald is going to go first. Hitting on 3s. Okay. And then we'll come back to you with the other attacks from those guys. All right, so now he's got 5 guys here that are going to be attacking. So, hitting on 3s. All right, wow, pretty good. And then looking for 6s to glance. If he gets 2, it's dead. He's got 2, that's enough. It is glance to death. Well done. And that is it for Demon's turn here on turn 5. We'll come back to you. Oh no, we got one more fight. Sorry, one more fight. All right, so over here, my guy's gonna go first. He's got 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s. All righty. Wounding on 3s. You got 4 wounds. Oh. Yep, he's good. So 4 wounds. 2 wounds, so one of the bases is done. All right. They're both dead? Oh, 4. Oh, yeah, they're both dead. Okay, so we'll come back to you with his attacks. All right, and here comes his attacks, hitting on 5. So we got 2 hits, wounding on strength 3, so looking for 5s. Got 1 wound. 4-up invul save. He's good. So here comes his demonic instability test. 5 minus 4, 3 wounds. So he's down to 1, right? But he's still locked in combat because they're fearless otherwise. All right. So that is the end of the demon's turn here on turn 5. We'll come back to you with the objectives for Dark Angels on turn 5. All right, so I got both of my objectives there, and then I rolled and got 3 and 4. So we will come back to you after movement phase for Dark Angels here on turn 5. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. He stood still. He is locked in combat over here. He basically stood where he was. What else? Oh, these guys both shot up this way, and that is it. For the movement phase here. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 5. All right, he is going to fire into him. He will jink. So we got 2 shots hitting on 3s. Both hits, wounding on 2s. You got 1 wound. 2-up jink save. No. Feel no pain. No, and he is dead. Heavy bolter is going to fire into this demon prince over here, hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits, wounding on 4s. Nothing. Wow, that's a lot of 1s. All right, over to here, the flamer is going to hit all 3 of them. Wounding on 2s. We got 3 wounds. 3, 4-up, 5-up invuln. So we got 1 goes through, so it takes 2 wounds. And now the assault cannon is going to fire, hitting on 3s. All right, 3 hits, wounding on 2s. 3 wounds, 5-up invul saves.
Oh, 2-up cover saves.
Oh, 2-up cover saves. Good. Good. And good. All right. All right, he's going to fire onto his herald over there. No problem, no problem. Hitting on, whatchamacallit. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding, toughness 5. So wounding on 5s. Got nothing. And now the whirlwind's going to drop it right on top of his head with the strength 4, AP 5, ignores cover. So, moving, see if it scatters. Nope, direct hit, so strength 4, wounding on a 5. Oh, nothing, okay. Wah, wah. All right, that's it for shooting phase. So moving on to the assault phase. He is going to assault into them. So, charge distance. He is in, so we'll figure this one out. After much deliberation and trying to figure this out, we ended up just rolling off to see if he would make it, because it was like within, who even know, like, it was super close. So we rolled off, and he doesn't make the charge, because he has to -2 for going through cover, 3 inches down, and it was like super close right there. So they did not make the charge, which is killer. So that is that. So we'll come back to you after the other fight that we got going on. All right, here we go over here. So this guy is going to go first. 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, all hits, wounding on 3s. We've got 4 wounds, 4 5-ups. He is dead. All right. So I'll consolidate him. Probably just going to leave it where he is. And that is the end of the Dark Angels turn 5 here. So let's see if it goes on. On a roll of a 3+, it goes on to turn 6. Ooh, and we are going on to turn 6. So we'll come back to you after with the objectives for demons on turn 6. All right. So my opponent got both his objectives and then rolled a 4 and a 3. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the demons here on turn 6. Movement phase for the demons. These guys all jumped over this way to get onto that objective. He's jumping over this way. They're sticking around over there. They're moving around over here in this sort of situation here. And then his bell herald there is moving towards the building there. So that is it for movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so moving on to the into the psychic phase. My opponent rolled a 6, leaving me with 6, leaving him with 10. So first thing first, he's going to cast Psychic Shriek into my guy up here. So does not go off. All right. And now he is going to cast Stream of Corruption onto him. Does 1. You only need 1? All right, I'm going to try to deny that. And I get a fill phase. Woo! And now he's going to life leech into him. It goes off with 2, so we will. He will jink. So now he's going to. He's snap firing here, hitting on 6s. He gets 1. Strength 6, so looking for a 3 to wound. That's cocked. As about as cocked as they come. That's a wound. 3-up jink save. Yeah, he's good. Woo!
My last die.
All right, and he is going to cast this tension thingy, and it does not go off. So that is it for the psychic phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 6. All right, Warp Storm, here it comes. With a 3, we'll figure out what this is and come back to you. All right, so you bumped it up to a 4, giving everyone a -1 to their invul saves. All right, so we will come back to you. Is there any more shooting that goes on? Oh yeah, he's going to shoot Snapfire into him. Jinking, 6. That's it. Woo. What's the strength? What?
8.
Strength 8. So that's a wound. 3 up. Jink save. That's a good success. Words. That's a successful save. Wow. All right. So first things first. In the assault phase here, because the shooting phase is over, he is going to assault into here. I'm not going to Overwatch, hoping that he fails. 5. Nope. That's going to be in, I think. So we'll move him in. And now the Demon Prince is going to charge in here. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he is going to be in. So now we're going to start over here. The Demon Prince has a Hammer of Wrath. Strength 6, so that's a wound. 3 up armor save. He's good. And the Beast has a Hammer of Wrath, and that does not wound though. All right, so now we'll come back to you with the attacks from the Demon Prince. Initiative, whatever, super high. Here he comes, hitting on 3s. Oh, I needed less than that. If he gets any 2. Oh no, 3s, right? Because he's strength 6, but he did. All right, so he is dead. They will consolidate, and that will be that. So that is it for the demon's turn here. We will come back to you with the objectives for the Dark Angels. Alrighty, so the objectives here for the Dark Angels, I got both of my objectives. So then I rolled and got 3 and 5. So we will come back to you after movement phase for Dark Angels here on turn 6. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 6. These guys, he shot back over this way. He stood still. He stood still. And my Dreadnought's moved there. There we go. All right, he's over there. He's up on the level there, but he just toppled off there a second. So that is it for movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase here on turn 6. All right, Wobbly Model Syndrome, he's actually down a level. So we're going to start off over here. He's going to fire into these guys. So we got 2 heavy flamer shots, wounding on 2s. We got 2 wounds, 2 5 up invul. Oh no, 6 up invul saves. So one of them is dead because it doubles them out. All right, then we've got. Or not doubles them out, they just take 2 wounds for every 1. So now 4 shots from the assault cannon hitting on 3s. We got 3 hits. Wounding on 2s. Oh, 1 wound. And it's -1, right? Because of cover save. Blah blah blah. I forgot about cover saves. Blah blah. He's good. All right. He's gonna fire into his Bell Herald over there. So I'm going to use the Turbo Penetrator. So hitting on a 3. Hitting on a 2. So that's a hit. Wounding on a 4. He's a wound with a 6. So he's got a 5 up invul. No. So feel no pain? Nope. D3 wounds. Yeah, he's dead. Killer. All right. He's going to fire into these guys. He's going to stand on the middle guy back there. So... coming off 5 inches this way, I don't think it's going to hit anybody. All right, so that's it for... No, I guess I got a little more. All right, so he's going to fire into him. He will be jinking, so hitting on 3s. Got 3 hits, wounding on 4s. Got 1 wound, 2 up jink save. Oh, and he's good.
All 3.
All right, so here we go. Into here, he's going to charge into him. He's 2 inches away, so I need to roll a 4 or better on this charge. Will he make it? Yeah, he's in. All right, so we'll come back to you with that. All right, moving on into the fight sub-phase. He is going to have Hammer of Wrath, wounding on a 2. That's a wound. 5 up invul. He is dead, so that is that. All right, so that is the end of the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 6. Do you want to roll to see if we go on to a turn 7? We do not, so that is the end of the game. We will count up the points and we will come back to you with the results. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after counting it up, it is a Dark Angel victory, 8-5. I have won on Maelstrom with, so I got 4 points for that. We both hold a Emperor's Will objective, so that got split 2 points apiece. He had Big Game Hunter, Slay the Warlord, and Linebreaker, giving him 3 to make him 5, and then I got Slay the Warlord and Linebreaker, so giving me 8 points. So that is a pretty brutal match. I've got very few units left, but that was killer, man. That was super killer. So much fun. This is probably the best I've really done against these Nurgles. These guys are like the bane of my existence. So yeah, really, really good test. He's actually looking at a list similar like this for going to LVO with, but he's got 2 Helldrakes that he's actually going to be using, which is brutal, brutal, brutal. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I certainly did. As always, I've been Phil the Glacial Geek. My opponent's been Colin. Until next time, have fun.